Chapter 9, Options. Video 4, Spreads. In this video, we'll discuss an option strategy known as a spread. This involves two options on the same stock. In options, a spread strategy involves buying and selling a call on the same stock, or buying and selling a put on the same stock. So, long and short a call on the same stock, or long and short a put on the same stock. Spreads are created, not purchased, and creating a spread results in limiting losses and gains. Think about it. A spread strategy involves a bullish and a bearish option on the same stock. First, there are several different spreads that may each have more than one name that mean the same thing. If only the expiration dates of the calls or puts are different, then the strategy is called a horizontal spread, or time or calendar spread. If only the strike prices of the calls or puts are different, then the strategy is called a vertical spread or price spread. If both the expiration dates and the strike prices are different on the calls or puts, the strategy is known as a diagonal spread. Now, this is something you'll need to remember. For spreads, the break-even point is between the two strike prices. For calls, we'll use the lower strike price and the net premium. Since we know the break-even is between the two strike prices, and for calls you use the lower strike price, you'll need to add to have a result that is between the two prices. Using our T-chart, the net premium is 4. The lower strike is 40. 40 plus 4 is 44. That's the break-even. This is a call spread. I know it's a call spread because it's a buy and a sell. You might see a question such as, is this a long spread or a short spread? Is it bullish or bearish? Is it a debit or a credit spread? The premiums will answer a bunch of questions, so focus on the premiums. That is always the first step. Each side of the spread is called a leg. The top one is the sell leg or short leg. The bottom one is the buy or long leg. So look at the premiums. Which is the bigger number? Obviously the 3. So the buy leg is bigger than the sell leg. I can even say overall we are buying calls, and buy is the same as long. This tells me this is a long call spread, and long calls are bullish. Are we spending more or are we bringing in more? Spending, which means more money is going out than coming in. This means it's a debit spread. Now for the second example. Which is the dominant leg? The 6 is higher, so the sell leg makes this a short call spread, and short calls are bearish. So it's also called a credit spread. We have more money coming in, 6, than going out, 2. With this one, we're selling a call at 4 and buying a call at 6. Start your T-chart. Put the premiums on it first, as always. The net premium is -2. This again gives you 3 answers immediately. It's minus. So this makes it a debit spread. Max loss is $200, and this is profitable when DEW, debit exercised widen. When the premiums widen, the options are exercised, and it's a debit spread. So that's what you need to know. You need to be able to figure out if this is a credit spread or a debit spread by using your T-chart. If it is a debit, like we see here, that jumps us to the DEW. This is not in the book. This is the cheat sheet way to answer questions. In this one, we're selling a put at 12 and buying a put at 5. Start your T-chart. Put the premiums on it first, like we always do. When you net the premiums, you get a +7, and this gives you 3 answers immediately. It's a plus, making it a credit spread. The max gain is $700, and this is profitable when CNN, credit, not exercised, narrow. When the premiums narrow, the options are not exercised, and it's a credit spread. What does premiums narrow mean? Look at the premiums. Right now, between the 12 and 5, you have a 7. If that 12 drops to a 10 and the 5 goes to 8, you have a difference of 2. So it fell from 7 to 2. That means it narrowed. Let's look at this spread. Here you need to figure out the maximum gain, maximum loss, and break even. Start it out on the T-chart. Put the option premiums in place, and you get a -3. What does that minus tell us? We have a minus, which tells us this is a debit spread. That -3 also tells us it's a DEW. So it's profitable when it widens exercised because it's a debit spread. The -3 also tells us the maximum loss is $300. Now for the max gain. Here we need to add the stock prices to our T-chart. If the Jan 50 call is exercised, that has us selling stock at 50. Put +50 on the stock side. If the Jan 45 call is exercised, that has us buying stock at 45. Put the -45 on the chart and add them together for a +5. Then bring in the net premiums of -3. That's our max gain, $200. Now the break even. First thing to remember is the break even point is between the 2 strike prices, and this is a call spread. With a call spread, we use the lower strike price and add the combined premiums. You can see the rule. It's a call spread, so to find the break even, we'll use the lower strike price. The lower strike price is 45. Again, the break-even is always between the 2 strike prices. So it's between 45 and 50. That means we need to go up to the lower strike price of 45 to end up between the 2 of them. Adding that to our chart, we have this spread break-even at 48. Now we must ask, is this bullish or bearish? Focus on the premiums. Which one is bigger? The 6. So you're buying a call, and buying calls is bullish. Here we do all 3, max gain, max loss, and break even. First, max gain. Well, we always start with the T-chart and our option premiums. With a credit spread, the first step will give us the max gain. Put the premiums in the T-chart on the option side. +12 and -6 is a net premium of +6. That's our max gain. Next, the max loss. To do this, we'll need to add both stock prices to the T-chart and make sure we keep them straight. So first, if the short put is exercised, that has me buying stock at 160. That's a debit, or -160. Put that on the stock side. Then, if I exercise my long put, that has me selling stock at 150. That's a credit, so +150. Put that on the chart. Now do the math. -160 and +150 is -10. That goes on the chart. Now we're to the point where we add across. -10 from the stock side and +6 from the option side gives us -4. That means 400 is our max loss. Lastly, we need to figure out the break even. You can see the rule. It's a put. So to find the break even, we'll use the higher strike price, which in our example here is 160. Adding that to our chart, we have the spread break even at 154. Now we ask, is this bullish or bearish? Focus on the premiums. Which one is bigger? The 12. So that means you're selling puts, and selling puts is bullish.